unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that has fallen from a vessel.
Right. Like a drop that's, remember that part, drop that's falling from a vessel? Be like unto spittle. Spittle is for somebody speaking, that stuff that stays on the side of their mouth, that's spittle. That's what the Most High sees the other nations as, that are not on this sign. All right? Let me get Isaiah 40 and 15. Let's stop after 15. Watch where you going, miss. Thank you.
That's in Haiti too, right?
What's your question, brother?
This one's in Haiti too, huh?
Right. That's probably the 2010 earthquake, right? Right. That big earthquake, right.
Is that the Bible or the Talmud?
That's King James Version, the only Bible. Right here. What's your nationality?
I was American, partially Russian.
Where's your father from?
Italian.
Where's your father from?
Ukraine.
Ukraine? All right, then you will be known as Esau in the Bible, or Edomite. We're from the 12 tribes of Israel, as it says on that sign. And if you know any Bible history or no?
Yeah.
You know Genesis, Jacob and Esau? Right. We come from Jacob, the water king. Yes, this is what we're talking about right now. We come from Jacob. We come from the same parents, Rebekah and Isaac. But Jacob and Esau were twins, but they were separate. They were separate. God said they were separate nations. You remember what that is in the Bible? You know? Bring it out. Bring it out. Yeah, I asked him. He said he's familiar with it. Bring it out, Salaki. Before you get on, we're having one of these interludes just for you, brother. Well, just for you. Genesis 23 and 25 and 23. Because this is perpetual. Esau perpetually hates Jacob throughout the whole Bible and even on to this day, to these very last days. The hatred is shown, the way they enslaved us in this side of the world, the way that they treat us on this side of the world, the way that they... Hold on, brother, let me keep continuing.
I only lifted it up.
I'm just making sure. Remember,
I only lifted it up.
we had that instance.
I only lifted it up.
Salah, we have a good time. We're a good spirit up here. But we perpetually, I said, there's a perpetual hatred from Esau to Jacob. Esau, or the Edomites, it carries on the spirit to the 12 tribes of Israel, which is Jacob's sons. Read, brother, read what you have.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
He said 2 nations. Now a nation is a whole multitude of people on one side and a whole multitude of people on the other side. 2 nations, because the Most High knows that these will be the progenitors of 2 nations. Read.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Shall be separated. Although they are twin brothers, they will be separated. Read.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. That's given proof today, even to this day, in the sports or in anything that if you put so-called black man against so-called white man, and mostly anything, black man is always on top, it's always stronger. And it's not being derogatory, it's just facts. Right? Read.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder shall serve the younger, which is read on to explain.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Right.
And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment.
First came out red, all over like a hairy garment. Right? You see that? Well, it's not really. Well, that's Esau as a man. But I'm just trying to envision as a baby coming out and the... All right, yeah. Well, it's red all over, and obviously it's brown all over. So that's the difference right there. And the reason why it doesn't describe Jacob, because he wasn't different from the other people. Everybody else was brown. Rebecca was brown, so was Isaac. Read.
And they called his name Esau.
They called him Esau, which means wasted away or red, as it's translated in Paleo. Read on.
Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and he took hold of Esau's heel, and they called his name Jacob.
Right, and before that, in the verse 24, it said the elder would serve the younger. That is not happened yet. That's happening in the last days, because Esau will serve Jacob at the end of his kingdom, when kingdom come. Read.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bore them.
All right, drop that. So you get the how we're coming from now. You know the story now.
Yeah, I get.
You
Yeah,
have any
I get the
questions?
idea. Yeah, I just like have a general question. Like, I mean, I'm not really religious, but
Right.
I
Neither are we.
understand the value of religion.
Right, we're not religious. This is not a religion.
Yeah.
This is our heritage.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
our
yeah.
history.
Yeah,
This
but
is like a textbook of
Yeah,
history,
sure it is.
of references for
Like the
us.
Bible is like a history. It
Right.
has a base of religion.
It's our
Also,
history.
there's the other history of like that actually investigates how colonialism, how imperialism operates, and how it's divided,
Right.
divide population, white population, how white colonialism
Right.
engaged in imperialist activities.
That's
And
all
in
in-
Africa, the Caribbean, and
That's all in the will of the Most High. That's all God's word. They can
I don't know.
report on it. They
I
can
don't-
investigate on it. But that's all in the will of the Most High. Give me Deuteronomy 20 and 68.
I don't see like why you should say that it's God, as opposed to like actually
We're going to show you how
seeing
it's
how a
God.
group of people operate according to their interests.
We're going to show you how it's God. Just give my brother here a second, man.
2868.
28 and 68, brother. The classic. Because of course you know the Hebrews, the Israelites, were in bondage in Egypt, and Moses freed them. You know that story, right? Right. But listen to this. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again
He said,
with
stop.
ships.
Stop. For to Egypt again. If you listen, he said, the Lord shall bring into Egypt again. Because in Deuteronomy, when this is written, they were already out. They were in the wilderness. It said Egypt again, and from where they are to Egypt at that moment, you don't need any ships. But the brother kept going and said, with ships. So read.
Closer, man.
By the way thereof I spake unto thee,
Read.
thou shalt see it no more again.
Salakia. Read.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
There you shall be sold into your enemies. This is the Bible. This isn't no textbook. This isn't no investigation or reports. This is prophesied because if you go up to Deuteronomy 28 and 15, it says, these curses shall fall upon thee. And it comes to all the curses that we go through to this day. These 12 tribes, these people, of course, we're not on top right now. And it's shown that we came in ships. Keep the shores shining, brother. Keep it shining.
For bondmen and bondwomen,
Show them that you're reading from the Bible, brother.
for bondmen and bondwomen,
Read.
and no man shall buy you.
And no man shall buy you. So no bondmen and bondwomen. What is that? Slaves. Right. And no man shall buy you. No man. We haven't been bought yet. We're still slaves. We're still under captivity. To this day. To this very day.
By who?
By the powers that be. By the wicked. You know that, right? Donald Trump. That's our king. Is he one of us?
Oh, he is a Christian, right?
No. We're not. Well, we are Christian to be Christ-like. But he's not from the lineage of Jacob. That's what I'm asking. Right?
Oh, maybe
He's not one of us.
Maybe he could say he's from the lineage, but
No, he can say anything he wants, obviously.
but like I don't think it removes the fact that he's bourgeois capitalist or capital and his class controls the
Right.
country as opposed to like a group of people that the Bible says are like enemies and so on.
Right. We will be sold to our enemies, which we were. So that only just is probably prophecy, but it just shows our people who the enemy actually is.
But I think it's hard to identify what the enemy is. Who's the enemy in this case?
Why is that?
Well, since a lot of Republicans and
No.
So on are Christians,
Call
right?
yourself a Republican, a Christian, a Democrat. Up here, we don't care. We're Hebrew Israelites. We're the real Israelites from the Bible. We come from the lineage of Jacob. And all those people you mentioned are against us. Where you at, brother?
Okay, so you just said, who are our enemies, right? Who are our enemies? Read it again. Pay attention, okay? It says, Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way thereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there, that means where you're going to be sold, right? There you shall be sold unto your enemies. So who bought the so-called black man when he came from the west coast of Africa to the shores of America?
Or like American.
Who? So-called white man. A name bought him? Or a people?
Right, it's like
George Washington.
to expound,
Like all
right.
the American.
The English?
fathers who were slave owners.
So-called Englishmen, Frenchmen, Portuguese, Spanish. Those all devils, all of them, doing what they did to our people. All around, not only in this land, throughout this entire hemisphere, from Canada to Antarctica. Well, Antarctica is inhabited, but I'm talking about, okay, Canada to Chile or Argentina, all the way down there, Uruguay, all that. We were sold. We were put into slavery because we were natives before that.
Like you're supposed to say, right?
Right. Look at what happened. Right. Look what happened to Venezuela. What they did is Psalms 83 and 5. What they did is they joined together those because they come from although they may fight amongst each other or whatever the case may be, they still come from that lineage of Esau. And it's in Esau's spirit to be that way. Because it says Jacob was a plain man and Esau was a man of the field. He was a hunter. He was a killer. He was a murderer. He comes because Esau, I don't want to get into that, but read what you got.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 5.
Read.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent. Right? Read.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee. This is King David in his songs speaking. Read.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom, that's who we saw said the so-called white man, Esau, and then later he became the progenitor of the Edomites. Edom, read.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Ishmaelites is the so-called Arabic man. Ishmael, and you take an Arabic man out and they'll tell you that they're from Ishmael. They'll be proud to tell you that. Read.
Of Moab.
Of Moab, the so-called Chinese. Read.
And the Hagarenes.
Hagarenes are so-called Africans. Africans are our people. They didn't sell. Africans sold us in Africa. Well, not us. Not me, Slaki. Africans sold. Africans sold not their people. They sold our people.
Yeah, bro. Yo, hello, sir.
What did I say? I didn't say that.
Yeah, but what he just said was he was explaining who got sold on the west coast of Africa. From the west coast of Africa we're the northern kingdom. So-called blacks are the southern kingdom.
Right.
We're the same people.
Right.
We had one father, which is
History,
Jacob.
our people were already on this side of the world. They weren't. They came into bondage on slave ships.
What's your nationality? You don't know what your nationality is? You don't know what it is?
Once again, the wicked flee where no man pursues.
That's it.
That's all it is. That's a wicked person right there. He's trying to cause some type of devices amongst what I said. He's trying to use that to try to use his emotion. That's all that is. That's a wicked man right over there. He doesn't even know it. And he's probably one of our people. So where was I? Oh yeah, we were talking about who's against us and why. Because you asked like who are the people? And I said the powers that be, and these are the powers that be. The spirit of the powers that be that control, that are over us right now as we are in this captivity. Read.
Verse 7, Jabal and Ammon.
Ammon, the so-called Japanese.
And Amalek.
Amalek, the so-called Jewish men, because we are the real Jews. You know what I'm saying? We are the Jews that the Bible speaks of. The Jewish man stole all that from us. Like he still, to this day, the Jewish man steals our music, steals our sports, steals everything to get $1 from us. Or to get $1 for himself and his children. But That's the real devil right there too. Read.
The Philistines with the
Philistines.
inhabitants of Tyre.
The inhabitants of Tyre. That's it on that?
It says, Asher also joined in with them. They have hope in the children of Lot.
Right, that's the children of Lot. Moab and Ammon.
But that's the problem. Like, why does it necessarily have to be the Jewish man who steals things like from you? It could also be a Chinese capitalist with a lot of money. It could be the European. It could be even African.
Let's take
person
modern.
with enough capital.
We don't have to even go back into these
sell out
times.
these people, right?
We don't have to.
It's not about like Jews. Right?
You're being superfluous right now.
Yeah, so like I'm saying, like I mean, there is this important element in the Bible that says there's the enemy, the Jew, and so on. It's not the real Jew. We are the real Jews, and so on. But how can you actually like? Sometimes even like if you put it in that way, it's almost hard to like identify who is the actual enemy, who's the actual Jew.
Okay,
like the person.
Okay, let me ask you a question.